what you should do after a session of hands-on body work, massage, right? What you should do after that is a really important topic. So I want to talk about that today. In the past or even currently, a lot of people say, drink your water because toxins are, you want to flush out all the toxins. Um, those things really aren't true. There's some truth to it. But just imagine, if you take a walk around the block, if you go running, if you exercise in any way, you're going to get much more, you're getting more internal movement than you could in any type of hands-on session. So that's not necessarily the correct way to look at it. Definitely, most people are, especially here, in the West, we're not drinking enough water. So that's one part of it. But another important part of it is you just had a session where you were connected into yourself, probably more than you have been all week or all month, whatever it is. And so you want to utilize that sort of sacred time and space where you've had, kind of this, you've spent and you have invested in some of the deepest parts of yourself and one of the most important things in your life, which is you. And so you want to nurture that state of being that you're in. You want to nurture that parasympathetic nervous system state of being. And part of it is taking care of your health. And I wouldn't even say that, just drinking water is the thing, but how you drink water. Your practitioner should be giving you cues on how to drink water so that your body can receive it in the best way, so that your presence is maintained, so that your level of stress is being mitigated or managed by you, right? What you want to come, one of the best results, one of the most important things after receiving any type of, hands-on therapy is a connection back into yourself. You want to have sovereignty. You want to have agency. You don't want the world and its stresses. You don't want, bills and, relationships and things like that to overwhelm and overcome you. And that is the majority of what I see people suffering from. Something in life has come in and taken over them, and that essentially becomes the nemesis, but they don't realize it. And they don't realize the mechanisms that have impacted them, the internal mechanisms that have been sort of occupied, that has become occupied, and that have stolen this real estate, this land, and we want to get that back. So yeah, having a drink of water might be one of those things. But I would add to that, first, before you even drink that sip of water, sit down, kind of ground yourself, be present. Take a few breaths, take 1, 2, 3 breaths. Calm your nervous system, get your stomach and every cell in your body ready to receive what you're giving it. And then when that state, and the more you practice that, it will just become a thing. But you kind of want to practice it. And that is the essence of what that session of body work was about, was you're by going into that session by receiving it, actually. You've put yourself into that state of being, that parasympathetic state of being of rest, relax, recover, rest and digest, all of that. You've come out of fight or flight and fear, freeze, and you've come into that state of being that you actually want. So don't miss out on that part. A lot of people talk about the drink. It's not necessarily about the drink. That's a tiny part of it. But here is where we talk about the big part, which is where you get your body back. And that's all about connection and understanding the internal mechanisms that have that all take place. So this is Chris Corrales of Medicine Evolution. I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you back for more.